Picture a big wheel of fortune, the kind you'd see on a game show. I give it a spin, and it clicks to a stop on 65. Then I ask you one question. Out of all the countries in the United Nations, what percentage are in Africa? Just take a rough guess. Now picture a different person. Same wheel, same spin, except for them, it stops on 10. They get the same question. What percentage are African? But that wheel is rigged. It only ever lands on 10 or 65, and everyone watching can plainly see it's just a spinning wheel. It has nothing to do with Africa. So the number should mean nothing. When Kahneman and Amos Tversky actually ran this back in 1974, the people who saw 65 guessed around 45%. The people who saw 10 guessed around 25%. A random number, one they watched land by pure luck, dragged their answer by 20 whole points. Now, you're probably sure that wouldn't work on you. You weigh things on the facts. Some number a stranger obviously made up couldn't move what you actually think. That feels obviously true. And it's wrong. Not wrong for other people. Wrong for you today a few times over without you ever catching it. So what is your brain actually doing? When you don't know an answer and someone hands you a number, your brain doesn't throw it away. It grabs it. It uses that number as a starting line, and then it adjusts toward whatever feels right. The trouble is, it stops adjusting way too early. Adjusting is work, and the brain is cheap. The second your guess lands somewhere that feels good enough, it quits. And good enough is almost always still close to where you began. So wherever you started is pretty much where you stop. Start high, you land high. Start low, you land low. The first number quietly sets the whole range. And that pull has a name. It's called anchoring. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Walk into any store. That jacket is $100 crossed out, now 60. You feel the deal in your gut. But the 100 was never really the price. It's the anchor. 60 feels cheap only because a bigger number went in first. Cover up the 100, and 60 is just 60. The store isn't showing you a discount. It's handing you a starting line. And once a business knows this, they build the anchors on purpose. Look at the menu at a fancy restaurant. There's almost always one wildly overpriced dish near the top that nobody ever orders. It isn't there to sell. It's there to be the anchor. So the second most expensive thing suddenly looks sensible. Or think about the last time you tapped your card and the screen asked you for a tip. 18%. 22. 25. Notice what's missing. There's no low number anywhere on that screen, because the smallest option they show you becomes the floor you adjust down from. They aren't asking what you want to tip. They're quietly choosing where you start. So a store talks you into a jacket. Who cares? This is where it stops being cute. Researchers took a group of experienced criminal judges, people with on average more than 15 years on the bench. They gave them a real case to sentence. But first, they made each judge roll a pair of dice. The dice were loaded, so some judges rolled low and some rolled high. Then they asked for the sentence. The judges who rolled high gave noticeably longer prison sentences than the judges who rolled low. Same case. Anchored to a pair of dice they'd just rolled with their own hands. And before you decide that's only judges, it's everyone whose whole job is judging numbers. In another study, researchers walked real estate agents through the same house, with all the same information, and changed one single thing: the printed listing price. The agents' expert valuations slid straight toward whatever listing price they'd been shown. And when you asked them, every single one swore the listing price hadn't affected them one bit. They never felt it happen. That's the unsettling part. Anchoring doesn't feel like anything. There's no little voice warning you that you're being pulled. It just feels like your own opinion. The number goes in, your judgment slides toward it, and you walk away certain you decided for yourself. So can you fight it? A little. The move researchers point to is simple. Before you ever look at their number, come up with your own. Decide what you think the salary or the price or the offer should be before they get to set the starting line. And when a number does land in front of you, ask one thing. Where did this actually come from? Because if the honest answer is nowhere, it's an anchor. And your urge to only budge away from it a little? That urge is exactly what's about to cost you. Every number someone puts in front of you is really an argument about where the conversation should start. The listing price. The first offer. The bill with the tip already circled for you. Most of the time, whoever sets the first number wins, and the rest of us just adjust politely around it. The way out is to notice the number was placed there on purpose and to decide, before you answer, what you'd have said if it had never been there at all.